morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Kelly Kennedy.
And I'm Connor Baker.
Rally attendance since returning from COVID has dropped. We go to Jake Finn with more on the story.
Over the last several rallies, students have noticed a drop in attendance and the difference in the enthusiasm because of this. Senior Grace Aubin noticed how this decline in attendance has affected the rallies.
It brings the energy down, and I think it makes the rallies less fun. It's more fun when the whole school goes and it's more united.
Being one of the senior class leaders, Aubin believes that the past years have had an effect on the attendance due to COVID back in 2020.
Just more advertisement. I think it comes a lot from COVID because a lot of the underclassmen have never even been to rallies, and then what the juniors have seen is just kind of outside rallies. So the seniors are kind of the only ones who have seen the actual rallies that we used to have. So I think advertising that, and then if everyone shows up, it'd be a lot of fun.
One of the sophomore rally leaders feels that the low energy being brought to the rallies is due to the upperclassmen.
Well, when they don't show up, it's just I think the sophomores should automatically win. I mean, they think they're so cool. They leave school early. They don't want to participate in these things.
Many students have come up with plans to fix the rally attendance. Junior Logan Fox believes he has a solution.
I think they got to be mandatory. Everyone's got to be there. Class colors, got to be wearing them. If not, you look lame, honestly.
Thanks, Jake. Student government is working to improve the low rally attendance.
In other news, the blood drive is this Friday, starting at 9 through 12:45 on Campo Street. In order to participate, RHS students must be over 16 to donate, and in return, you can get a $10 Amazon gift card.
And now we go to Joseph Bianchini with sports.
Good morning. Welcome to this Tuesday's edition of EOTSN. I'm Joseph Bianchini. This last week, we saw 3 winter sports come to an end. Both the soccer squads concluded their regular seasons against Wood Creek on Friday. Wrestling concluded their season in a meet on Saturday. So what's next? Girls soccer is indeed on its way to the playoffs. Be sure to check the EOT Sports socials for when their first round opponent gets announced. As for wrestling, the wrestling team as a whole is done for the year, but select wrestlers will move on in the coming weeks to compete individually. The only 2 winter sports still going are the basketball teams, and both of those teams caught huge dubs last week. On Thursday, the girls basketball team took on River Valley and caught a 66-59 win. This win brought them to 5-4 in league and 11-10 overall. And on Friday, the boys team took on Yuba City at home for the Casaba game. The Tiger Cage was packed and the team delivered with a clutch 65-62 win over Yuba City. This was marked by a huge 27-point performance from Ethan Oakleberry and a solid 16-point game from Brandon Newton. The Tigers rebounded well in this game too, getting an 11-rebound game from Matthias Howard and 3 other 7+ rebound games.
We just put the ball in the hole, we made some shots, and we played defense, and we trusted each other.
And finally, here's what game action we have in store for the final full week of winter sports of the year. Today, boys basketball go on the road to take on Antelope. Tomorrow, girls basketball do the same with a game at Antelope. On Thursday, the boys basketball team conclude their season at home versus Wood Creek with their senior night. And on Friday, the girls basketball team are also at home against Wood Creek with their own senior night to conclude their season. And as a reminder, top plays return on Friday, and these are likely the final top plays for winter sports. So be sure to submit any basketball, soccer, or wrestling clips into the Google form that can be found at EOT Sports on both Instagram and Twitter. And that's all on your home for Roseville High School sports, top plays, breakdowns, and more. Eye of the Tiger Sports Network, EOTSN. And now we go over to entertainment.
Thanks, Joseph. The 65th Grammy Awards were last weekend, and tons of great music was nominated, but only a select few won. Some of the big wins had fans excited, like Kendrick Lamar winning Best Rap Album, Lizzo winning Song of the Year, and Harry Styles winning Album of the Year. Kim Petras is now the first transgender woman to win a Grammy, and Beyoncé is finally the artist with the most all-time Grammys. Despite some exciting wins, the show is still as bland and as uninteresting as ever. In other news, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie has entered production. The smash hit indie horror series Five Nights at Freddy's, or FNAF, has been a staple of many of our childhoods and is now coming back as a movie produced by Blumhouse, the new kid of horror filmmaking. The casting was revealed a little over a week ago, with Matthew Lillard as William Afton, or the Purple Guy, and Josh Hutcherson as Mike, presumably Michael Afton. The animatronics are being done by the Jim Henson Creature Shop, so they will all most likely look amazing on the big screen. Recently, Jason Blum, a producer on the film, gave the first behind-the-scenes photo for the movie. This is, presumably, William Afton, seeing as he's wearing a purple shirt underneath a suit. Purple is a color very associated with the character and his crimes in the games. The Five Nights at Freddy's movie, while having no definitive release date, is said to possibly come out later this year, so be on the lookout for more details on the Eye of the Tiger website. And now, we go back to news.
Thanks, Quinn.
RHS's spring performance, High School Musical the Musical, has begun preparing for their performance. We go to Zoe Light with more on the story.
Roseville High School's musical theater class is doing a very loved production this spring, High School Musical the Musical. The audition process began last month and was challenging for junior and leading female Maddie Anderson.
Auditions this year were very competitive. We have a lot of very talented people within the musical theater class, so it was really hard to determine who was going to get what.
Since a musical is hard to cover in such limited time, theater director and RHS drama teacher Jennifer Sagan opened up a musical theater class specifically for the spring shows.
The musical is actually being run in the musical theater class this year, and that's new. And that's exciting because we get to do all our rehearsals within class.
High School Musical the Musical is a tough show to cover. Sophomore and leading man Kyle Schmidt knows that a show of such difficulty is not common at a high school age.
I don't think a lot of high schools actually do this. I think this is kind of like a first in this area of Roseville that we're actually doing this for.
But even through the difficulty, Anderson is hopeful for the outcome in April.
I think this musical is very challenging with the choreography and vocally. So yeah, we've put a lot of hard work into the show, and it's going to look amazing on stage, and I hope everyone comes and watches.
Thanks, Zoe.
That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.